Hold on.
I'll make you a podcaster one day.
No thanks. I like making money. God damn it all to hell, you cocks.
See, what did you pay for that thing?
$20.
Oh, I paid 15 for this one, and it came with the stand like that hooks up to pretty much anything. It's
Actually, how's this? Is this better?
perfect.
Okay, cool. Now I have it erect. No pun intended.
That's how we'd like it. And either Greg fell asleep or he
Wow.
froze. What? Oh, nope, he has no sound. There you go. Oh, nothing. What happened? Did you break your cord? There you go. I hear something. There you go. Nope.
Can you hear me?
Now you're better.
I can hear you perfectly fine, brother.
Well, that's funny because now I can't hear you.
It's time for Rat Salad Review!
In a world devastated by nuclear war, one man emerges from the microwave dimension to feast upon the flesh of the living. Lou Mavs is the hyphen. Rated R.
And with that, welcome to Red Salad Review. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, I thought he listened to Carnivore if he did an intro that amazing.
No, yeah, I love Carnivore. I just was never the biggest Type O fan.
Tomato, tomato.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, not enough where I know what like logos and shit like that look like. Because the album I do, or the album and the EP I have, I don't think that's on there. I think the name's just written out.
All right, I'll just do a blur thing.
Leave the type out there. What is?
Yeah, leave that up there. That's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it. I was just saying I wasn't familiar with it.
Oh, okay. Well.
And it's not like it's Indiana Jones being raped on a pinball machine. You know, that almost made me
I have
stop
that picture.
watching South Park. No, I'm out of here right now. I'll tell you, that shit's not funny. These movies are amazing.
I'm sure they are. But welcome back to Red Salad Review. It's been a nice little vacation.
Yes,
I used the time to actually get stuff done. I made a new intro for the show. I hope everybody likes it. Used one of my songs, and that album's actually getting along fairly well. I'll have a video soon for it at some point for one of the songs. And yeah, I'm sending the last song to the guy today to sing on, and that'll be done. I'm excited to hear what that sounds like. Kind of nervous too because I don't like the lyrics. But we'll see what happens. Did you
write them or did he write them?
No, I wrote them.
You're your worst critic.
No, this one was kind of like I wasn't sure about it the moment I wrote it, but I really
can't be any worse than Yngwie Malmsteen writing "Ride My Stallion, My Lady." Whatever that crap was that he wrote back in '98.
No, it's probably better than that one.
Well, and then you've always got the standard classic by America. I see plants and birds and rocks and things. Seriously, fucking dirty hippies. High and shit.
You right?
Kinda.
So what's everybody been doing since our little break? Anything exciting?
I'll let Greg go first.
Oh, work's just been ridiculous. A lot of changes and stuff. So, only other thing I really started doing is I started doing my own record raffles so that I have money to pay for the ones I play.
Oh, nice.
It's a vicious cycle. Well, plus I win a lot of stuff I don't really care for because, as you both know, I'm pretty damn picky. So.
You are. Yeah. That's why when some of the shows suck, it's your fault. But Lou?
Just been working and spending time with the wife, raising the baby. Happy to say that we all beat COVID-19, and we're just thank you, and just surviving best as we can. The most exciting thing that's been going on right now that I've been doing, aside from more content for my podcast, Music is Life, available on Rat Salad Review Network. I also started the YouTube channel, which is getting some traction. 14 subscribers so far.
Wow. Congratulations. You've only had it up for what, like a couple of weeks though, right?
3 weeks max,
3
yeah.
weeks? So that's not bad. That's not bad at
And
all.
yeah, and aside from that, just having a blast doing the Rat Salad Review cover series with you, Mr. Noon.
Yes,
the
that's fun.
The grand muckety muck of Rat Salad Review, and happy, of course, to be joined with the grand poobah, Greg Noggle.
Yeah, I heard you say that today on your show, the latest show that you have. I did a lot of laughs on that one, especially in the beginning when you're talking about the Peppa Pig stuff.
Oh, no, let's not talk about Peppa Pig. My daughter's watching it right now.
Yeah, I went through all that. My son still watches it. And he's 4.
No idea.
You're better off.
Yeah, kind of.
I had bought as I said on my podcast, I bought the Muppet Show seasons 1 through 3, hoping I could get her into them because she kind of grew out of Elmo. No, she's all about the Peppa.
Yeah, nothing beats Peppa Pig.
But speaking of Muppets, though, I do want to give a shout out to Joey James Hernandez. Sorry, let me say that again. Joey James Hernandez, who designed this T-shirt I'm wearing.
Hopefully it shows up kind of. Oh, now you're totally disappeared.
What a wonderful typo negative T-shirt.
Not so much a typo negative shirt as it's sort of like a tribute shirt, but hold on.
There we go. Well, now it turns it blurry.
Oh, love of God. Okay,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I don't wanna live no more. And it's got the picture of the Count from the Muppets.
Yes,
Or
basically
Sesame Street.
what he did was he took the song Gravitational Constant and put the count over the typo negative symbol, and it says 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't wanna live no more. And I just thought it was really original. I'm like, I have to have that because I am an equal fan of Muppets and metal, and I have no shame about that. No, shout out to Joey James Hernandez. Pick up his merchandise on tpublic.com.
Very cool. It's a good place. I think we have or had shirts on there. And if we still do, buy one of ours as well while you're buying his.
Yes.
Yes. So actually, too, what I was going to talk to you a little bit about before we get into the album that we were going to review, Lou. Your latest episode is about buying physical media. And
this is correct, sir.
Yeah, and I notice a lot of posts lately that you've been doing have been of you buying CDs again.
Yes, well, this is true.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad. Wait, is my mic cutting out, or you mean welcome back to the world?
Welcome
of
back
shopping?
to the world of collecting CDs again. Yes.
Well, I used to work for MTV before I was married, and I should warn people right now: MTV is not a lucrative industry unless you plan on kissing a lot of ass and sucking a lot of pole. And I mean that honestly. And if anyone's offended by that, here's my hashtag. Fuck you. Anyway.
So it explains how Sammy Hagar got so far, but continue.
Oh. But anyways, though, at the time that I was working there, I had been engaged to my lovely wife, and I needed to make some extra loot for our wedding. So sold a lot of my CDs, sold a lot of my T-shirts and stuff like that, just to pay for it because, overtime was short. I don't regret it. I'm happily married 12 years. We have a beautiful happy, and healthy 2.5-year-old daughter, so I can't complain. But, as a fan of music, all genres, not just metal, but mostly metal, I just got to a point where I'm just sick of listening to streaming, especially when they don't have albums that I want to listen to. Mm-hmm. So I made it a point to actually go on various websites, declutter, Amazon, eBay even, just to see if there was anything that I was missing that I could find and get. And thankfully I found a bunch of stuff that I wanted for cheap on Amazon, and I was able to get it. As I mentioned before, aside, I have the typo negative symbol behind me, especially because for the longest time I was so pissed that you couldn't find Dead Again on Apple Music, you couldn't find it on Spotify, you couldn't find it on Amazon Music, you couldn't find it anywhere. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that SPV Steamhammer, I don't know, maybe they just don't have a licensing deal for all their material, and I just really wanted the album, and I regretted not buying it when it came out. So I found it, bought it, and I'm been, grateful ever since. I even went so far as to buy the first 3 Iron Maiden albums, the 1998 editions, because they each have one track that's not available on the versions released today. Right. For example, Sanctuary is not on the debut album anymore. Twilight Zone's not on Killers, and Total Eclipse is not on Number of the Beast. So
okay, well, I mean, that does make sense though, because Sanctuary was only on the U.S. version of the debut album.
This is correct.
Twilight Zone was only on the U.S. and the Japanese, and Total Eclipse is a B-side.
Right. So it meant a lot to me to be able to find this stuff, and I just think that it's gotten to a point where we're so used to convenience, and we're really not, people think that when you're buying CDs, you're supporting the record label machine, and yeah, you are, but you're also supporting the artist directly, right? Because it's like, what's the math? 5,000 streams on streaming media equate to one album sale? How is that fair to the artist?
Right. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Man, that doesn't even go through their minds. People are generally idiots. They see songs are 99 cents. They're too fucking lazy to go to the store, so they buy it on Spotify. Let's not get it twisted. Dick too hard here.
But so I'm kind of been on a crusade, I guess you could say, to support physical media.
Yeah. Well, obviously I do it as well. And then you also
really, I couldn't tell.
Well, this is fake, like your screen is. But also too, you do buy the CDs, but you also have your, what do you use, Spotify or iTunes, right?
Apple Music.
Yeah, but because do you even have a CD player in your car or no?
I do.
You do,
and thankfully I have a laptop old enough that has a disc player on it.
Yeah, right, good. Yeah, because obviously I have all these CDs, and then, yes, this is real. And, I bought a new car. It's not a new one, 2015, but...
You gotta say it like Rod Roddy from Price is Right. A new car!
But it doesn't have a CD player in it. Everything's digital. So I'm like, now I can't listen to my shit in the car. So then I was forced to buy, a streaming thing. So I bought the Amazon thing, because when you have Prime, it's cheaper. It's like $8 or something like that.
There's certain albums you can't get on basic Prime Music that you would get on Unlimited. Yeah. Which, that's how they get you.
It is, but I had my iPod in my car, and I would plug it into the USB thing, and since it was so full of music, it would freeze the computer in the car. Mm-hmm. So it became useless to me. So then I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy the Amazon thing, and then it works fine. Unless I'm in some backwoods somewhere, and then it just won't work for some stupid reason. But it sucks because I have all my stuff here, and I'd rather bring my stuff with me. But it's all on my phone. Yeah, exactly.
Ralph Vieira swears by his iPod Shuffle, and I think my biggest regret right now was selling my iPod. What can you do?
Yeah. I still have my iPod. My the big one was 160 gigabytes. It was the biggest one they made. Yeah, I still have it. It's actually in the car. But like I said, I can't get it to work. It'll play a couple songs, and then it freezes. Oh. And it's not the iPod that freezes. It's the car, because it overloads the system or something. I don't know. Pisses me off. But now I got the iPhone 12, and I bought the biggest gigabytes, and now I can put as much shit on here as possible.
I'm just glad I could sync my material to my phone after I rip it to iTunes.
You can sync it?
That's
yeah.
Cool.
You don't even have to plug it into your computer?
No.
Really?
So I'll show you if I could point this at the camera. All right, so let's see. Let's go down to. All right, so can you see that?
No, it disappears.
All right. Okay, so I'll just read it off real quick. So I got Typo Negative, Dead Again. I got Iron Maiden, Best of the B-Sides, Anthrax, Black Lodge, Deep Purple, Perpendicular, Macaulay Schenker Group, MSG 92, Ozzy, Speak of the Devil. These were all CDs that I ripped to my iTunes that I was able to sync to my phone. These albums are not available on any streaming platform.
Interesting. So how do you sync it to your phone, though, without plugging it into your computer?
Settings.
Really?
Yeah, you can alter the settings of your iTunes to automatically sync from your iTunes folder on your computer to your phone.
Interesting. Good to know.
Yeah. I didn't know it either till I would looked at my phone and I'm like, wait a minute. How did Macaulay Schenker Group end up on my phone? I didn't put. And I looked at the settings. I'm like, oh, it's synced. Okay, very good.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So now my daughter can't touch my computer, otherwise she'll ruin it.
But yeah, everybody should really just buy the stuff because, like you said, it is a pain in the ass when you go to look at something. When you actually go to make a playlist and then you want to like listen to a certain album or put it on that playlist and it's not there. It's like, now what?
Yeah. And it seems like every 6 months, iTunes they're completely guilty of this. They're like, they'll have something available for like 6 months, but then it'll be gone for a year. Then it'll be back for like 2 weeks, and it'll be gone again. I'm just like, make up your goddamn minds already.
Yeah, I see that sometimes on Amazon too. Like the song, I'll have it downloaded, and then if I go listen to it, it's gone. I'm like, where to go?
I don't know if this is maybe like me rejecting big tech subconsciously. I don't know, but
hey, I hate it. I honestly do. I miss just putting my CD in the car and listening to it. It's just I don't know. But that's how we have to live now.
That's life. So they say.
Although now you were talking about everybody getting into vinyl, and I did. I was kind of against it, and I've been buying records like ridiculously crazy lately. And Greg is what?
But do you guys have record players?
Yeah, I have 2.
Yeah.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah. And Greg's been buying. That's all Greg listens to is records, right? I think most of the time, anyway.
Most of the time, I still have CDs, and I still listen to them here and there.
Yeah, but it's cool, I like it. At first I was kind of like, who gives a crap about records, But after buying 1 or 2, then I kind of got like addicted to buying them, and then I would find them as cheap as possible. And then sometimes a little overpriced stuff, but they're cool, And a lot of them I already have them on CD, so it's kind of pointless when I'm buying them again. But I don't know, it's fun.
I will say
I could be buying drugs,
No, never knowing you to do that, but you could be buying drums. But
I could. I have enough of those though too.
There's never enough. I will say this though: the audio quality on vinyl beats anything. Like my friend bought an original vinyl copy of Heaven and Hell that was from Sabbath that had no scratches on it whatsoever, and he put it on his record player through the speakers. I'm just like, this is the best I've ever heard it sound. Yeah. So there is truth to that.
Yeah, there is. That was another reason why I wanted to buy records, because everybody was swearing that they sounded better. I'm like, but you got the crackles and the pops in there. But even with those crackles and pops, it kind of just adds to it, I think, in a way.
Well, and there's also things you can do, because most of that is static.
Yeah.
There's things you can do to eliminate that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like hand wiping down your records before you play them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What material would you?
Hmm?
What would you use to wipe them?
Microfiber cloth if you're just doing dust. If you want to do it wet, I strongly recommend getting an actual cleaner. But you can make a pretty nice one of your own with a 70% rubbing alcohol distilled water mix, and add a little jet dry to it so it breaks the surface tension.
What if you lick them with your tongue?
Then you become Wayne Noon. What kind of stupid question is that?
Man, they loaded me up with muscle relaxers at the chiropractor today. Don't ask me stuff that makes me think too much right now.
I know, it took him a while to get what I was even saying.
I had to think about it. That kind of threw me off. Yeah.
Sorry. I did see one thing the other day and I thought was kind of cool, but I didn't know if it really worked very well. But it was like kind of like a gel thing, I guess you put on your records to get all the dust and stuff out of it. You ever use one of those?
I've never used it, but I've seen them, and I've heard people that like them. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Interesting.
Do you guys own any picture discs?
Yes, of course. Actually, I just got one the other day.
One or two, but I find them pretty useless.
What I do with it?
My late brother had a copy of Ozzy Mr. Crowley Live, and
yeah, I've got that one.
That was that is such a rare find, and we never put it on. And Wayne, you're interrupting me.
I'm listening to you. I'm right here.
Okay, as I was saying, he owned a copy. He owned a copy of it back in the day, and I was always afraid to listen to it. I'm glad that I think they were re-released on the recent either release of Blizzard of Oz or Diary of a Madman, but those songs were like not available for 40 years unless you bought the EP. So. I'd be afraid to listen to a picture disc.
No, that's not 100% true. There's actually a B-side compilation called The Other Side of Ozzy Osbourne that they did to coincide with the Ultimate Sin Tour that has the songs from that EP on it.
So that must have been released in '86. I would not have remembered that absolutely at all. Wow.
No, I know you wouldn't have. It's just they weren't completely unavailable for 40 years. But anyway.
Okay, 35 years.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Who's counting?
There's newer picture discs. I mean, now they're better at pressing vinyl. It's better quality vinyl. A lot of what they're using now, and now they sound pretty good. But most of the older ones sounded like absolute shit. Like I've got Death's Spiritual Healing hanging on my wall, and I got it from a buddy of mine that originally got it back in the early 90s, and he never listened to it, and I never did either until someone asked me to put it on a couple of months ago, and just terrible. Ton of surface noise, and then the fidelity sucks because there's all that lacquer over the fucking picture on it. It sounds like they're inside of a scratchy Jello mold.
So I guess the older versions are more like a novelty than one you would actually just put on.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Now there's some of them like that Mr. Crowley EP that actually do sound pretty decent, though. I mean, they're fairly quiet by album standards because they are picture disc, but that Mr. Crowley one was listenable at least.
Interesting. I got the latest Halloween picture vinyl.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Pretty cool. It's just songs taken from the live album.
I didn't bring either of them out here with me, but I finally got the new Armored Saint the other day. That finally arrived after 2 months.
Well, you got the record, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I just got the CD. I ordered it on Amazon, and then Amazon kept pushing it back, and then it just canceled on me.
That's what I did too. And the interesting thing is when I finally got it, I got the German version shipped from German Amazon. So they fulfilled it, but they had to pull it out of a different country. Which, whatever, I don't care. It doesn't mean it's any different.
No, but at least you got it. I got mine from Walmart. Out of all places, yeah. It was just the CD, though. It wasn't the record.
I'm surprised at the shit that you could find at Walmart. I actually just purchased one of my guitar pedals from there, the More Pitch Box. It gives you that like dry, wet sound, not the phase shifter sound that you hate so much.
Yes, burn that thing.
Hater. But yeah, I mean, I hate to admit it, Walmart actually sells some good stuff.
Yeah, the online website is very, very good sometimes.
Where else can you get the complete animated series of the Ninja Turtles in one set for $40?
That's pretty awesome.
Bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, actually, the packaging shit, but I mean, it's like 18 discs. So,
actually, since you mentioned that, Greg, if you ever go to Target and you see these things, let me know.
My God. Buy them and send them to Wayne.
let me know, please. I'm collecting them. What? These are cool.
Was that re-released by Playmates? No, Playmates is out of business.
This is NECA.
Yeah, they're nice figures.
And this is my favorite one. I just got this one. Krang.
Very nice.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
I'm going to do a toy podcast next.
Yeah, I'm not on that.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
I got rid of everything I had. I mean, I used to have a ton of stuff, and I still collected it for the longest time, but the only stuff I kept when I sold everything off was the Bill and Ted action figures I have from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, the cartoon series.
Nice. But if anybody watching the show goes to a Target and sees those Ninja Turtles, please let me know. I'm missing a few, and I need them very badly.
I had the Transformers, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, and what are the toys that I have? Well, like
and G.I. Joe, right?
I was not really a G.I. Joe fan. I was more I was more of a Transformers fan. Fanatic is more like it. Like I was one of the kids who cried in the movie theater when Optimus died. I have no shame in admitting that. But yeah, my mom threw them all out when I was like,
oh man. And Thundercats too, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I still have my Thundercats toys. Actually, they're upstairs.
I had like Panthro.
Thundercats.
I had them. I pretty much had them all. I'm missing maybe a few.
Greg, looking back now at Thundercats, I'm thinking, what the hell was I thinking?
Why? That show's awesome.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's like I still find them entertaining to an extent, like because I was a huge Masters of the Universe fan, but I'll watch some of them now, and the fucking morals at the end, it's like,
That was another toy series I had.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? I remember a lot of parents bitching about that because the toys had the swords and all that, and they would complain about violence on the show. But even when they fight, they don't even really punch each other. They just kind of throw each other around and do these weird, gay-looking bear hugs that look like the cover of a Manowar record.
And they never impaled anybody with the swords either, so...
No,
the most they ever do with it, even if Skeletor's doing something with it, would be like hit the side of a mountain and knock some rock down or something.
Yeah.
And do you ever notice in Ninja Turtles, by the way, what weapon do you associate with Michelangelo?
Nunchucks.
Yes, except like after season 3, they gave him a rope because they said the nunchucks were too violent. I'm like, when did he ever hurt anybody with the nunchucks?
Nunchucks are too violent, but Leonardo can have a sword and Ralph can have the size.
I think what was more of a travesty than Michelangelo's nunchucks were some of the stupid shit that Shredder and Krang would try to pull. I mean, if that didn't insult your intelligence, what didn't?
Vanilla Ice's Ninja Rap.
Okay, we said we would never speak on that.
Yeah.
Go Ninja, go.
Hey, we're not saying that.
Hey, not for nothing though, but that first Ninja Turtles movie is still awesome. I don't care if they're Muppets. It's still a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Oh, dude, the Henson Workshop did a great job.
They did.
Especially on the first two. The third one, the puppets are a little lacking, but so is the story.
Oh, yeah.
What was that, Turtles in Time? Ugh.
Well, it's funny because I guess it'd be a good example of the Mandela effect, kind of, because the video game was called Turtles in Time, but the movie was always just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Like, that was never the tagline for the movie. It was strictly the video game.
I agree with that.
Huh?
I could have sworn that it said Turtles 3, Turtles in Time. And the video game had nothing to do with the movie. So are you sure that it wasn't Turtles in Time, the third one?
That's what the video game is called, but that's not actually... That tagline does not appear on anything official for the movie. It might have been a working title for it at one point, I think, but
maybe
it wasn't released under that title ever.
Okay, I admit when I'm wrong.
But the plot of the game, if I remember right, doesn't really follow the movie, but I believe they go through like different time periods to collect pieces of that scepter or some shit.
On the, I'm looking at the box right here. It says,
"Oh no, Wayne's fact checking."
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. The Turtles are back. ... In time.
So
right,
very-
but it wasn't a subtitle.
No.
It's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time.
But I can. That's why I'm saying why he's remembering what he's remembering.
Then I can see to you, Mr. Noggle.
Yeah. That would have been cool though if it was based on that game, because that game was awesome.
Oh, the game was much better than the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Except for the honor guard playing hockey with Elias Codius. That was pretty fucking funny.
All right. Well, this show isn't about video games.
Let's get it on.
Or anything like that. It's supposed to be a music show. And this week, we're actually doing a album from a guy that you just did an interview with, Greg.
Yep. Excuse me for 1 second here.
Where the hell did he go?
He's beating his dog. I'll have to put something funny in this spot here.
It's called Looking for City. I didn't know you was going to start out with it. Looking for a city built above. Looking for a city where we'll never die. Where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, O Holy Spirit, for our homes renew. Looking for a city where we'll never die. Where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior.
You should put like the girl from Ipanema over like a. Oh, there you are.
No,
I did that once.
I wanted to sneeze and blow my nose into a napkin without everybody having to hear and see that. I'm not Nate. I have some amount of manners.
That's all right. I'll find a video on YouTube of somebody else doing that, and I'll put it in here.
You mean you wouldn't eat a bag of chips live on air without muting your mic, Greg?
No. Well, we did do that to him purposely one time to prove a point.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
By the way, what's up, Nate? Happy New Year to you.
Nate, go fuck yourself.
Happy New Year.
So anyway, like I was saying, you did an interview with the gentleman that we're going to review his album of today, Paul Gaskin.
Yes, Mr. Paul Gaskin, guitar player and lead singer for the eponymous band Gaskin.
That's right. And the album is what? Edge of the World, right?
Edge of Madness.
Edge of Madness.
That's right. That's right. And I had my notes right here, and I didn't look at it. Well, I'm an idiot.
I'm so pissed I can't get on my laptop. Fuck you, Windows Update. I gotta take a second to rail against Windows 10 for a second, because what is with these 3-4 hour updates? It's insane.
I never had an update that long.
Well, I don't get on the computer every day, so that's probably part of it.
But when it does update, it does cause problems.
That's why I always leave it for overnight.
I try not to update anything. I hate updating.
Well, to be honest with you, I was listening to Raffles yesterday, and it didn't say anything about an update, so I was thinking it would be fine today. So when I turned it on a couple hours before the show, I was thinking it would be cool, and it would be a small update. But no, it wasn't.
Does it say how far it got?
Yeah, it's still at like 60-something%.
Because sometimes those things get stuck, and you just have to shut it off.
Yeah, no, I already tried that.
Oh, that could be why it's still going.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. Is Edge of Madness.
Edge of Madness.
It was a real fun interview. He's a cool guy. I like Gaskin a lot. unfortunately, they were not one of the more popular bands. But as much as I like their original albums from the new wave of British heavy metal in that time period, this, I think, is his best writing and their best work as a band. They really knocked it out of the park with this one.
Just a quick note. Do you own the albums, like the old ones?
Yes, I do. I don't have the first comeback reunion, whatever you want to call it, record that they did in 2000, except on digital form. Okay. Because I don't have the CD anymore. I just have it where I ripped it to my computer. But I do have the first two and the demos collection.
All right. Because I saw that one of the records was on a website that I go to. I was like, oh, maybe Greg might not have that one.
Yeah. No, they're worth picking up. And actually, I would like to get the High Roller Records reissues of them, because they do a great job with the reissues they do, and actually get a hold of the original master tapes and go back and remaster everything for repressing it.
Yeah, they're a good company. But Lou, this is the first time you've ever heard of Gaskin, right?
This is correct.
So what do you think of the Gaskin album?
Well, I like everything that I experienced for the first time. I kind of walked into it with low expectations and just sit back and enjoy it. And I'd have to say that this was, I wouldn't say it was a near perfect album, but it was definitely a great album. Some real standout tracks, great songwriting. One of the things that I would say that the album definitely sounds dated in the sense that it brings back like that 80s feel, but to me, there's only two kinds of music: good music and bad music. Anything that's good, you shouldn't leave it. You shouldn't, not count it just because it sounds like a certain decade. And I think that's kind of like why I liked it so much, was because it reminded me a lot of like 80s metal, 80s blues rock, 80s AOR, kind of wrapped up into one package. And he came out with a great album. I was really glad I gave it a listen. And some really good guitar work. I mean, you could definitely tell he comes from like the same era of bands like Samson and Diamond Head, but he kind of really adds his own twist to it. And I definitely heard some modern influences in there. But yeah, overall, great album. I'd have to give it 9 out of 10.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, there was one song I didn't care for too much. I thought it was kind of like filler, but it wasn't bad filler. It was just wasn't my cup of tea. But the rest of the album, even the instrumentals, especially that acoustic one, wow, good stuff.
What song didn't you like?
I'll tell you right now. Not off the top of my head, but let me look at my notes.
It's funny you mentioned Diamond Head, because I was going to say that as well. I do hear a little bit of Diamond Head in here.
I do as well, and it's interesting because we talked about that during the interview, and I thought it was really neat that Paul said there isn't really anyone newer that has influenced him. His influences were the 70s bands, which those same bands were into, and took ideas from them too, and kind of had a similar sound or tone, if you will. But he said he kind of used that as a baseline and just does whatever he feels is right and tries not to take influence from anyone else. And I thought that was really cool, because what I like about this one a lot is, yes, it definitely feels 80s and definitely has that feel to it, but it sounds nice and new and fresh as well, and it's catchy, and it's got that more modern production, but it sounds really good with it, and I love the melodies on here. It reminds me a lot of something Blue Oyster Cult would do.
Yeah.
It's kind of in that same league for me.
Oh, Wayne, the song was Lost and Lonely. That was my
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. My favorite song, I would have to say, though, was probably Man's World. Second favorite, The Contract. And the title track, Edge of Madness. So, those are my three favorites on the album.
I think I like that song.
Yeah, I love Lost and Lonely. The guitar in that song is great.
I'm not saying you guys are wrong for liking it. I'm just saying it was my own personal taste. I just wasn't too keen on it. But I mean, the rest of the album is perfect. That's why I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, cool. Well, musically, I think the album's pretty good. Paul's guitar work is obviously it's great. There's a lot of exciting moments, like "Heart Like Thunder." I like that song. It's it's a typical like '80s. Almost reminds me of like a Riot type song.
Yeah, definitely a drive.
You know what it really reminds me of? Not so much Riot, but Black Sabbath, The Eternal Idol, but the sessions with Ray Gillen on it.
All right.
That track sounds a lot like parts of that record to me.
I thought it was like a perfect driving song.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, there's certain elements of the album that kind of remind me of Point of Entry from Judas Priest. I don't know why, it just kind of brought back memories of that.
You know, that's a pretty good example. I just I didn't think of Judas Priest first or at all until now, actually, until you said that. But
well, that particular album because it's so different from everything else they've done. So I'm sorry, Greg, go ahead.
It really made me think of Blue Oyster Cult's Fire of the Unknown Origin.
Really?
I could see that.
Mm-hmm. But, but with Richie Blackmore on guitar, I guess, because...
Yeah, the second track.
Definitely more, exciting and upbeat than, Buck's kind of laid back. But he does stretch out here too. This is very multi-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wake Up Dead. I love that song. That's another thing that was amazing talking to him. How long they worked on this record, about 5 years to get it perfect, and how just so many takes of different things just to get it down, like the way Zappa used to do stuff, and I thought that was really cool. And they definitely nailed it.
Yeah, they did a really good job. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say Damnation really reminds me of like JLT era Rainbow. I definitely heard some like Blackmore-isms in that particular song. So yeah, I agree with Greg on that statement about like the Rainbow comparisons. But again, I mean, just because we're comparing it to certain artists that we're familiar with, especially certain eras or albums, doesn't make it any less good. I mean, it really was I'll put it to you this way. It made me want to go back now and listen to his earlier material, even though there's only 2 albums.
3.
Well, right. Sorry. Oh, that's right. I forgot. He did come out with an album in 2000. I think it was 2000, right?
2000 or 2002, but I'm pretty positive it. Yeah, it's 2000. It's called Stand or Fall.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I will say, though, much like a lot of their contemporaries like Def Leppard and Diamond Head, they do different things on different albums. No Way Out, the second one, is a lot different from End of the World, the first one. I mean, it's still Gaskin, but it's a lot more melodic, going for that elusive hit type thing.
Mm-hmm. Cool. The one thing I noticed, very dark lyric content on this album. Is this when he was dealing with his health issues and getting a divorce from his wife, or does it have nothing to do with that?
Yeah, this is when he was going through his divorce and some addiction issues and health issues as well, and that's what most of the album is about, like the song "Wake Up Dead,"
Yeah,
and
definitely that one. That
one's and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
And Man's World, I believe, is about his divorce, if I remember correctly. See, sorry, Paul, if you watch this. I had a whole thing of notes I typed up, and I can't get on the damn computer. But
like even in the song Bedlam.
That was a lot of what spoke to me about this album, because it's very emotive, the whole thing. Like, I really feel it, and even though I went through a lot of similar experiences of my own, like with the addiction, and those parts really spoke to me. The whole band's playing, and his voice is just so soulful on here. It's so perfectly put together and catchy. I love it.
Yeah.
And you know, like Lou was saying, when we talk about these other bands, it reminds us of, it's not because it sounds like one of their songs or something. It evokes the same like emotions and feel of that type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
If I could also add to the song Man's World, big shout out to the female vocalist on that, Emma Hudson, for making the chorus sound as good as it does. And a big, big round of applause for Mr. Nick Turner of Hawkwind for that killer sax solo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some sax stuff on here, too. You never hear that no more.
No.
I think the last time I heard sax used well was probably Midnight City by M83. But this is a metal podcast.
Hey, I like them too.
So okay, good. I'm glad. I like them too.
No idea what the hell you guys are talking about.
You won't like it. Definitely will not like it. No.
I'm not going to mention on here what I've been listening to the past couple of days because I'm not going to take any crap over it, but we'll talk about it later.
If it's Devo, we accept you.
Definitely not Devo. But, I don't really have that much of a problem with Devo other than I disagree with people that they were not a punk band. They were strictly a new wave band. They came after that split happened, and they might have had some of the same values, but it was definitely their own sound. I don't think they deserve to be pigeonholed like that. But anyway, we're talking about Gaskin, not Devo, because that could become a very long conversation.
Yeah. But you mentioned Paul's vocals, and you know I heard it at first, and I was like, I kind of don't like it. But then as the album went on, I got used to it, and then actually he got better at every song as the album went on. He added different things to it, and I don't know, maybe I just got used to his vocals or something. But I just felt like as the album kept going and going and going, especially on that song, "The Contract," I think he had a lot of aggression and energy in that song, and that's probably one of my favorite songs on here. But that song's just very aggressive, and it just, I don't know, his vocals finally clicked in with me as the album went on, and you know, he actually reminded me of I don't know if some of you guys know Gary Hughes from the band 10.
No, can't say that I do.
Not familiar with that.
Yeah, he's not a guy that does like crazy operatic vocals or anything. He's pretty much similar to Paul, where he's got just like just how Paul sings, you know. So you know, it sounded pretty cool to me. It went with the music, so he did pretty good.
Nothing wrong with meat and potatoes.
No.
You know.
But tons of different moods all over this album. Every song's its own thing, which I like because you can differentiate what song is what, which is cool, you know. I don't like albums that have the same song over and over again, you know.
Oh, definitely, but it follows along with the same feel too, which while it may be dark, it still is a very beautiful thing, I think.
Yeah.
As a guitar player, I appreciate the fact that he doesn't rely on only pentatonic scales for his solos. Like, there's a lot of depth to his guitar soloing. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Me too. I love it. Actually, a few of the solos on here are some of my favorites in that more, space to stretch out type style since Adrian Smith's stuff on Somewhere in Time.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. I kind of bit my tongue if I wanted to do that because, you know, a lot of people use Maiden as a benchmark for comparison, especially when it comes to, and I'm not going to say new wave of British heavy metal bands. But no, I mean, his phrasing, like Adrian Smith, he knows what to play and when to play it and when not to play. So kudos to him on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. And the production suffers a little bit, but it works, you know.
You think so?
Yeah. From 2012? Yeah.
Well,
seriously, I'm curious because I thought it sounded pretty good. I thought it sounded really fresh, actually.
I like the fact that it didn't sound compressed as fuck.
Yeah.
No, I'm thankful that it doesn't sound like that and like everything else that, would be out, but it could be a little bit refined, a little bit better, but it's good. It's not unlistenable, So
interesting.
I'm happy with it, I wouldn't say don't listen to the album because of that. The album's got the songs hold up enough on their own. So in all, I like the album. I think it's really good, and it's a shame that this album really. I guess it's really not out there. Like, a lot of people really don't know about it. I didn't know about it until you brought it up 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Greg, you've been bugging to talk about this album.
Well, is it true that only 500 copies of it were printed?
No. It's still in print. You can still buy it off High Roller's website, I think.
On vinyl or on CD?
Both, I believe. Oh, now the first press may well be only 500 copies, and this might be a new press. I mean, I don't know. They do special shit like that, so.
Yeah, so if you're watching this and you want to check out Gaskin, go to High Roller Records, or even go on YouTube and just check out a few songs from there. They're all on there.
Yeah, definitely do.
Yeah, but definitely buy it, because you'll like it. Check it out first, like I said, and then go buy it because Paul Gaskin he's a very nice guy, as obviously, because he gave you 2 opportunities to give him an interview because you messed up the first one.
Yep, yeah. And then I forgot to tell him to get headphones for the second one, but it was still a lot of fun. Oh, and I love the drumming on this record too.
The drummer's very good. Everybody, the whole band is good. I like the whole band. Everybody was doing their thing. It's good.
The drums just really stood out to me just because of the way he's in the pocket on here. But again, David's been with them since the beginning, so
I think he produced the album too, correct?
Yes, he did. Mm-hmm.
Good job on that.
Oh, great job! He's an amazing producer, and just both of them, him and Paul and David, just great hard workers getting this done, and it's one of my favorite newer albums, honestly. Probably my favorite comeback album, if you will, or newer release from just about any new wave of British heavy metal band. The only other one that comes close is the newest Angel Witch record, and I actually like Gaskin better than this. So
that was a good one,
even though most of you have not heard of them, I'm sure you should definitely go out and get Edge of Madness and their first recordings as well.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
I do too. Actually, I like this one as opposed to. I did listen to the first 2, and this one's. I think it's better than the other 2.
I mean, like Paul himself says, and I say in the video, and it's funny because he mentioned to me that out of all the people he's talked to since he's done this record, I'm the first one that actually said this was their favorite Gaskin record. But
yeah, really,
I mean, the first 2, the originals, they're good records. Gaskin was always a good band, and there's some cool shit on there. But they just, and he himself has grown so much as a musician and as a songwriter by this point in time. They turned out something even stronger and even more special than they did back in the day. And I mean, just if you like this type of heavy metal. It's one of the best albums I think you'll hear in this style. Hell, honestly, I think even Journey fans that were looking for something a little bit on the heavier side would be into something like this.
Yeah, probably.
Just because of how wonderfully the melodies are written and how catchy a lot of it is.
Yeah, I think so too. So please, everybody go check out Edge of Madness by Gaskin. Very cool. Like Greg, does he even have a website? Did he? Or no? Or is he just on Facebook?
The band has a Facebook, but I don't believe they have a website. See, again, look at my notes.
In your notes, in your computer.
One thing I will give, though, I really appreciated the nod to Ozzy with the All Right Nows in the contract and Edge of Madness. And I was like, I know where you got that from.
Oh, yeah.
And is this the last? Well, because I was watching a little bit of the interview. This seems like this is like he's not going to do another Gaskin album.
Dude, they got stuff in the works, or they've been working on things. I'm trying to remember now. See again.
It's probably
well, it's probably
no, because I remember talking about this, and I can't. Because it wasn't just a simple answer.
Well, go watch the interview that Greg did. It was actually probably 4 episodes back, but go look for it.
probably like anything nowadays with musicians, Wayne. Like it's possible that recording and releasing music for him is more of a labor of love than it is a means to a financial end.
Well, he also has he has another band too, right? A blues band or something.
Yep, and he has a regular job.
No shame in that.
No, he wants to do it, but just conditions don't permit. And also, after this record, he did have some problems as well with cancer, which he has finally overcome and is getting better, which you'll notice in the interview. His mouth is still a little stitched up, but he's recovering great. He's talking good again and everything, and he's feeling a lot better, and he wants to get back to it. So
congratulations to Paul Gaskin for beating cancer. That's awesome.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah,
Congratulations,
Paul, and thanks again for doing the interview and all the great music. It was a lot of fun, and like Wayne said, I've been wanting to do this for a while because in general, there's not a lot of 10 out of 10 albums, but there's even less of recent ones. So this really blew me away.
Yeah, there was two bands since we started this show, Voivod and Gaskin. And Gaskin took 2 years to get, and there might have been another one, but I remember those two.
There was three. The third one was Armored Saint, but we weren't able to get anybody for an interview on that. But yes, Punching the Sky is still my favorite album of 2020. That is an amazing album. Best thing they've done since Symbol of Salvation.
I'd have to say, oh my God, then I need to listen to it. That's my favorite Saint album. But I thought the best album of 2020 was BOC's last album. That was such a killer album. I loved it. But if you guys give it a 10 out of 10, you know what? I'll renege. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, honestly, it was a really good album. And like I said, not that I went into it with low expectations because I had anything against it, but I was like, I've never heard this band. Let me give it a shot.
Yeah,
great effort. Great effort. So.
Yeah, and when I first put this on, I think I actually put side 2 on at first by accident, which starts with Lost and Lonely, I believe. But, that's, even though, like Lou said, not maybe the kind of a general riff or whatever, but played in a cool way. But it's got a lot of power behind it, and it just reminded me the first time I heard that Sabbath record and that song, Hard Life to Love. It just brought that type of 80s metal feel right out of it. And I was like, yeah, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, anything else?
No, other than I really encourage everybody to get out there and listen to this and definitely check them out.
Definitely go check them out. Lou, where can we find your podcast?
You can find me exclusively on the Rat Salad Review Network, Music is Live podcast. You could also subscribe to me on Apple Podcasts and Google, but I'm always dropping the good name of Rat Salad Review Network.
You're the only one that does it too.
Well, because Wayne, you and I go back.
Ralph does too.
He does not. I don't hear Ralph ever say it.
Well, he does. He said it a couple of times.
Well, admittedly, when I watch his stuff, some of the banner I skip through to get to the main topic just because sometimes I'll be at work and I don't have a lot of time. But I've seen him type things or post things where he does mention us. So
I don't believe it.
But I also but Wayne, you and I have been friends for 20 years. I have no shame in admitting that.
20 years too long.
So I love you too. Fuck you. But I'm always happy to drop the name of Rat Salad Review. But you could also find me on my YouTube channel, Music is Live podcast, where I've now gone into video as well. So
when you go to YouTube and look up your show, what do you type in? Because I typed in Music is Life and it doesn't come up. All these other things come up.
Music is Life podcast.
Podcast. Okay, so you have to add the podcast in there.
You have to, because apparently I'm not the only Music is Life out there.
Yes, and this is also not the first time he's mentioned it, because I remember that.
I don't remember that. I don't really pay attention a lot. So
you're getting old, motherfucker. You got to start worrying when the stoner remembers more than you do.
And he's the one on painkillers right now. Terrible. Well,
And it's a shame he's not sharing.
Let me get muscle relaxers.
Yes, that's what I said. Oh, painkillers, I said. Whatever. Same thing. Anyway, continue.
No, that's all. And, happy to be back on with you guys. Cheers.
Yes, we'll be doing a couple shows because I have bought a lot of stuff lately. I mean, this is just half of it. This is just a couple of things here. And as you can see, they're unopened. That means I haven't listened to them yet. So me and Lou are going to go through all these CDs. I'm making him pick which ones he wants to listen to each week or, whenever we can do them. And Lou's going to suffer with me through a lot of this stuff. And Greg can join as well on things that he likes. And Nate, I don't care if he ever comes back to the show or not.
Oh,
I'm kidding. But he saw the CDs the other day and he says, count me out. So
no, I was going to say I wouldn't mind replacing him with Lou.
Well,
have him on if Harrison Bergeron comes back on the show.
Oh, that'll happen, definitely. I'll definitely invite him back on. But
let's give it a couple months for some more shit to stir up, and then
soon.
But Greg, my friend, as always, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you as well, Lou.
Thanks, man.
Yes. So please, everybody go to ratsaladreview.com, and don't forget, check out Lou's podcast on YouTube, Music is Life Podcast. Subscribe, please.
Please do.
And subscribe to all our stuff.
And send me your money.
Send him his money. Send him your money. And send us some money so we can start paying for the website and all the other shit that we have. And buy a t-shirt so we can make some more money. And
we got bills to pay. We got mouths to feed. We got kids to have.
That's right.
And hey, you guys want to donate, I will review albums you choose.
That's right. Please donate some money. We will we'll let you guys pick your albums and we will review them and
we'll even review Donka Shane by Wayne Newton. We don't care. Just give us your money.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I guess if they pay us, we have
hey, listen, if you're a fan and you like us and and obviously for the money too, and as much as I want to puke with every fiber of my being when I say this, hell, I'll even review a Pantera record post-power metal.
All right. I was expecting something worse, but okay.
How about this? If you pay
us... I don't know, dude. Have you ever really listened to Far Beyond Driven? Slamming your dick in a drawer is less painful. But...
I love that album. But I was going to say, if you give us money, we'll redo Anal Cunt's Picnic of Love. We'll even go that far.
If you guys seriously donate the money, I will seriously practice my vocals to hone my Tom Warrior impression a little bit better, and we will do the cover of The Usurper with my new serial-based lyrics.
Oh, all right. I'm down.
Yes. 7 grain. Hey, man, it's going to be 7 grains straight from hell. Now with marshmallows.
Damn it, I was going to say... Oh, and please check us out on Hameen Media Group's YouTube channel as well. So just type in Hameen Media Group, and we are on there. And please hit the subscribe button. We enjoy being with them. It's very cool that they added us to the network.
So we got
yes, we do.
That's right. So thank you very much for watching, and we will...
Womp womp.
We will be back next week. What?
I was going to say, also check out the most recent Suck My Balls, because they're on a very funny episode of the 4th season of South Park called Do the Handicap Go to Hell?
Oh, I did not know that.
And
I still have to update that.
Though I always enjoy the Suck My Balls podcast, this one is a particularly good episode.
It is a good show, but also they did stop doing the YouTube show. So now it's just strictly podcast.
Copyright.
Well, I said podcast, didn't I?
You did. But I'm just letting people know because,
okay. No, that's good. I'm fucking done up on muscle relaxers, man. I'm just making sure I really said what I thought I said.
Yeah. And to answer your question, Lou, no, they just get more listeners on the podcast than they do on YouTube.
It happens.
So, no sense to making all the extra work, But I like more work, so let me get to it, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Next week.
Review.